All right, welcome back to the Vegan Bikini Prep Diaries. We are on episode 13. Can't even believe it. Lucky number 13. And today we are doing a show recap for Belinda. I am experiencing such bad prep brain that for some reason I thought we had already done her show recap, but we haven't. So we're finally going to update you guys on how she did at NPC Universe. So yeah, Belinda, how are you? How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. Yes, you it's because you know everything already. So you thought we did the recap already.
That makes sense.
Brooke
Yes.
is my prep bestie. So she gets all the updates. She got all the real-time updates on my show day. Though the show ran so fast, you probably noticed I like disappeared for a little bit in the morning, like because all of a sudden they were screaming it was time for us to go on. But we'll get to my show in a second. But anyway, I'm hanging in there. I'm good. Let's talk about you. So we're filming this on Wednesday, July 9th. How many weeks out are you in theory?
In theory, I'm looking at probably 4 weeks. So I keep pushing my show back for everybody
Okay.
listening.
Okay.
I just have had a really hard time leaning my legs down. And I think I just need more time. I really just need more time. My coach felt like I could do a regional show, but like truly, I don't want to get up there unless I'm dug out and I'm ready. And there's some really good shows in August that I'm looking at, one at 4 weeks, one at 5 weeks. So I think 5 weeks is really pushing it, but I think I'll be ready in 4 weeks. So I'm looking at maybe doing the Knox Classic in Knoxville, Tennessee, which would also be so much better. It would be closer. It's like a 2-hour drive, less stress, less risk of holding a bunch of water. So this timeline actually works out a lot better because like you and I have talked about, the only national show I'm really going to be able to do is at the end of August, which is in 7 weeks, which is a long freaking time to be this lean and to be doing all this shit. So this actually works out well. I did have a little bit of a hiccup this weekend. I'm going to be totally honest with everybody because I always keep it real. Now, my coach did give me a refeed. He told me exactly what to have, though. He told me like 75 grams of carbs. And he's actually told me that on Monday, but I was like, I'll save it for the weekend. It's holiday weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I had my 75 grams of carbs and I could not stop eating. Like I just could not, and I was in a bad environment. I went to my mom's. We were there with the kids and she had like cantaloupe out and like a bunch of goodies. And so I ended up just like, I had a bunch of fruit, which I know people are probably like, that's not even bad. That's not even cheat meal. But like it's still carbs for us. It's still
Right.
It still adds up.
In contest prep, everything you put into your mouth matters. Of course, there's different levels of danger. And fruit is literally a low-hanging fruit, but you could still overdo it. And but anyway, I told you this already in text, but don't beat yourself up, girlfriend. Like this is a long journey. You've pushed your show out. You're okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine. And honestly, your body did need a little bit of a break because, like you just said, you've probably got 7 weeks to go. So sometimes when you eat more than you're supposed to in contest prep, sometimes it's actually a good thing because it reboots your metabolism. So not saying you should use that as a crutch all of the time, but it's okay. It happens. Don't beat yourself up. And I will say that your upper body looks leaner on this call today. Your shoulders are really good. You're really popping. So hey,
yeah,
it all worked out, and it's going to be okay. And
it did work out.
You just gotta keep going. But yeah, in prep, when you're in a social setting, you really are setting yourself up for trouble. In contest prep, you have to be extremely disciplined. And it's another level of discipline to be disciplined around family at, family events. with all the food out. It's really, really hard. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. It's okay. That's why a lot of the time, people in contest prep, those final 2 months, like, don't really do anything social. It's not because we don't like you. It's not because we don't care about those relationships, but because our goals are so dependent on the choices that we make that often it is better for us to avoid those situations altogether. So
yeah,
it is what it is. Your family, I'm sure, appreciated you being around and being kind of normal. So
yes,
sometimes it is about creating the good memories. And if anybody's listening to this that's never competed but thinking about it, this is the difference between lifestyle living and being a fit chick and thinking about your macros and trying to be in pretty good shape for a vacation. That's the difference between that and contest prep. Contest prep, really, like, you need to be locked in the entire time. You will have a slip up here and there, but because you are locked in 95%, 98% of the time, those little slip ups, usually are okay for the most part. And that's also a benefit of being vegan, if I have to be honest with you, because even in a family setting, it's not like we could go to the cheesecake unless someone happened to bring a vegan cheesecake for you, which I doubt that they did. But usually we could say we're not going to eat a lot of that stuff anyway. So that's actually a benefit of being a vegan bodybuilder, is that those foods we can't really eat them anyway. But yeah, it's hard. And, hey, we were just talking about before we hit record that I also, I had a few breaks in my contest prep for various reasons. It all worked out in the end, but there was definitely a few times I did not need to order the cheesecake when I was having my free meal. I should have probably skipped it, but
yeah, exactly. I know. So, and like, my coach was totally understanding, and I was so nervous when I sent that check-in. I was like, oh my God, because I know my coach, I follow his YouTube, and he is very open about his preps, and he's only cheated on all of his preps, like all of them, only one time. And he just had some ice cream, which I don't think is really that big of a deal. So I was like, oh my God, what is he going to say? But he was so understanding, and he was so encouraging. He was like, Brooke, you have done so amazing this whole time. And honestly, you're ready early, and I gave you a refeed. So don't be upset. Like, just get back to it. And you're right. Like, for me, I haven't really had any fuck ups since like March. So really, like, I had some great training sessions after that refeed. And you're right about being vegan. Like, all of the really bad things, like apple pie and like all the other stuff everybody was eating, was off limits to me. But I did have popcorn, and I had some fruit, and I had a protein bar. But yeah, so in the end, it helped my training. It's really helped me like get through this, like, next leg here. And I really was only up about a pound. So, I mean, I was holding a little bit of water, and I'm just getting back to it, getting back in the swing of things. That's all I can do, but I can't afford another one. So unless he gives me the green light, I'm just like, okay, keep it balanced, Brooke. If you get a refeed, just keep it at that meal. Don't add anything extra. But yeah, my macros are the same. So anybody listening, I didn't have to do any extra cardio or extra steps or drop my macros more. I just got right back to it. So I'm still doing my normal cardio, following my macros. I'm at 80 grams of carbs, 30 grams of fat, 170 protein, and I'm at about 95 minutes of cardio a day, 18,000 steps a day. So that's where I'm at, and probably will hold steady there for maybe a week or two.
Probably. Yeah. You're just going to have to keep working. That's where you're at right now. It's just time and trying not to lose your mind. That's pretty much where you're at. It gets real gritty at the end. It really does, because there's not enough time in the day to get all of this stuff done. It's a lot, but it's all worth it if you love it. And I know you do. And before you know it, it will be your show, and then it Hopefully you'll make it to nationals this year. You're going to see how you feel. And by Labor Day weekend, this will probably all be a wrap, folks. So
Yeah.
you've got another month and a half, and then that's that. So just keep
Woohoo.
on keeping on. Okay, good. What cardio are you doing? Like, what's your methodology right now?
Still doing the elliptical and the incline treadmill. I think my body has adapted to the elliptical. I've really relied heavily on that for getting my steps in. So I've been doing the incline treadmill a little bit more because I can actually get my heart rate up over 125, which is like almost impossible now, as you know how it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just go back and forth.
Okay. So people that have been listening might remember that my heart rate really has, it's just, I have become so, my heart rate is so used to the heavy cardio right now that, it's very hard for me to get my heart rate up. Thank God I, ate a good amount my show weekend and I reset everything. So actually Monday, Tuesday, this morning, my heart rate is back to like a normal cardio heart rate. Thank God. I think needed to eat. And of course I took like 5 days off of cardio because I didn't do cardio the day before my show, the day of my show, the whole weekend. So I had like 5-ish days off of cardio. So that break really helped. And I was able to, my heart rate's gotten back up. And then I've also changed something in my cardio. A little tip for people. So a cardio I frequently do are spin classes on a spin bike, either at my gym because they have like instructor led spin classes, or I do Peloton classes. So something I've been doing to keep my heart rate up is a lot of the time when the instructor is telling you to sit on the saddle, instead of sitting, I actually am up standing like I'm on a Stairmaster.
That'll help. Yeah.
Instead of sitting, like when the instructor's like, okay, in the saddle, I'm the psycho that's, in standing position with heavy resistance, like as if it's a Stairmaster. So that's something I've been doing this week. I started that because I got to keep my heart rate up, and I'm at the end. I'm at the end of my prep, and I just got to do everything I can to bring it home. So that's like just a little thing I've been doing, and it's been helping, and I keep my heart rate up nice and high. So yeah, we'll go into me. My quick prep update, and then we'll do my show recap, is that I am still in prep. Yes, everyone, I have been in prep since January and competing since the end of April. I'm still hanging in there. I am now 9 days out from my last show of the season. This is the official last show. I am not doing any more. Even if I am extremely close to being a pro in 2 weeks, I still am stopping because I can't do it anymore. This is it. I cannot go on any further. My life is crumbling all around me, like World War Z. Every aspect of my life, like the buildings are falling and there's dust settling and other buildings are hanging on by a thread, and I need to be done pronto. I can do these last 2 weeks. It's okay. But then that's it. I've got months of unopened mail. Still have to do my taxes. I filed for an extension. I've got several phone calls I need to make. A lot of just like admin, family stuff, booking doctor's appointments, doing this, doing that, warranty this, all these admin things that just, as you know, take time, that there just is not that time at the end of prep. So I just got to be done soon. I must be done. This is it. And we will see how it goes for me in 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm in my final few days here. I am just kicking my own ass to the finish line every single day from now until I leave. I am just expending as many calories as I can. My food, actually, I brought it up a little bit from where I was in June. I added in an extra meal. So I added in a third of a cup of oatmeal, 1 scoop of protein powder, almond milk, and blueberries. So like a protein oatmeal. And I'm having that like an hour before I go to the gym. So I added in an extra meal, just because I need the fuel for the rest of my whole busy evening. And I'd rather have the fuel than not. So that's where I'm at right now. So it's just going to be like that for a while. I leave on Thursday next week. My plan is to deplete carbs Monday through or Sunday through Tuesday, and then I will start filling up slowly on Wednesday, I think. That's my current plan. So I will go no carb for a few days there at the end, but that's what I'm doing right now. Just doing as much as I can to get there to the finish line, because the reason I'm working so hard is the judges told me to try again and come in just a hair tighter. And people probably listening are like, but Belinda, I see you on Instagram. How is it possible to be any leaner? I don't know, but it is, guys. I don't know how to say it. It is.
You just got to make it happen.
Just got to keep going. So I'm trying. I don't know. It's working because I'm doing the work. So I do feel tighter. It's just going to be a matter of if they, notice it and award it on show day or not. So I am doing the thing. And that's that. So yeah, I'm hanging in there, guys. One more week. I can do it.
You can do it.
Shall we do a show recap?
Yes, show recap.
Okay, so I'm going to edit in my Gilco video, so I'll put that in there so people could see it. So I did NPC Universe, which is one of the most competitive shows of the year in the NPC, which is the bodybuilding league that Brooke and I compete in. It's a national show. It is a pro qualifier show. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of athletes. I believe there were just as many fit model as bikini, I believe, were very, very similar stacked classes. I believe there was 15 to 20 girls in my 2 classes I competed in. I did open and masters 35 plus. Open, I did not do well in. I was in the center of second call outs, though, I will say. So I wasn't, I didn't like totally bomb it, but I didn't do that great in it, but that's okay. I'm almost 40, so I get it. Even though a lot of the girls that won open were my age or older, but anyway, it just wasn't my realm apparently. But in masters, I got 5th place, which means I medaled, which is amazing. And I'm stoked. I did not expect that. I think Brooke and I agreed that maybe my goal was to get first call outs. I think we were thinking that would be like amazing if I did. And I did. And then not only did I get first call out, but I medaled, because actually I think there were 7 girls in first call out and only the top 5 get medals. And I was 5th. So yeah, it was great. I'm really happy. I thought I looked great, really. Definitely, I know the things I need to work on, but my overall package, I thought I did a really good job. Immediate things I could tell you was something was wrong with my tan. You see it on the video. It's bizarre because I did not see it in the mirror, and the person that glazed me didn't see it either, but it is clear as day in the video and the pictures. I have some like big splotch, muddy spot on my left glute.
So weird.
I don't know where that came from, because I was glazed like very detailed before I went on. So I don't really know what happened. And one of the second head judge, Becky, told me, there was something wrong with your tan, but don't worry, it didn't affect your placing. And I said, yeah, I saw it on the photos after. I said, but I didn't see it before I went on, so I don't know what happened. And she said, don't worry, didn't affect your placing, and she said there were a lot of messy tans. So I guess I wasn't the only one. I think, Brooke, I think when they sprayed the Bikini Bite is like a spray adhesive for competition bikinis, and a lot of the time we spray it in the front and the back to hold the suit up. Because you're so lean, you don't have like enough to hold up your bikini bottoms. I think the Bikini Bite, maybe it got sprayed at a weird angle or something. And I think some of it hit my glute, and that's the cause of that, I think. I don't think I need Bikini Bite. So my show in 2 weeks, no Bikini Bite for me. I'm just gonna go sans Bikini Bite because I don't want that to happen again. So something was wrong with my tan. But overall, I thought I looked really good. I held my own up there. I'm definitely on the bigger side. Like I saw it in the comparison photos. And there's also these high res, beautiful stage shots that you can purchase. And even though there's the watermark all over them and everything, I could see in those that I am a bit bigger than most of my competition. I took a poll of the Masters girls in line with me. All of them were between like 103 and like 110-ish pounds. I went on stage at 120. So I was like a solid 10 lbs's over my competition. And two of the girls like couldn't believe it. They're like, oh my God, you're 120 pounds. Where is it? Because I'm tiny. I just think I'm really dense. Like I've always been a dense person, even before I was in fitness. Like I was always a dense individual. Like when someone would run into me on the street, they'd bounce off me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just, or in the club or something. I just think I'm dense. I don't know. It is what it is. Because let me tell you, that scale does not want to go under 115. It doesn't. Like it got to 116 the day before I competed. It was back up to 120 on show day. I weighed myself on show day. I was like,
crazy.
Great. It was 116 the day before. Whatever. I don't know. I have no explanation for it.
I mean, maybe you were a little bit watery, I guess, from traveling.
I don't know, Brooke. Like at this point, all I can do is my best and look my best I can in 2 weeks, and then that's a wrap, folks. So anyway, but the show was really good. I did really well. I'm really, really happy. I'll talk a bit about how the show was run. So it is one of the biggest shows of our league. Fit Model, Masters Fit Model went on first.
Which is 35 plus, right?
35 plus.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Did they have 40 plus or just 35 plus?
40 plus went first. Okay. 35 plus went after. So we were like second on the stage. They were really rushing us, screaming and hollering, like really, really rushing us to move quickly, move fast. 10 seconds max on the routine. They were screaming at me when I went on. I got totally in my head and I rushed my routine again. So that wasn't good. I do believe that if I posed slower and with more finesse, I do think my placing would have been better. I let the screaming expediters like get in my head, and I felt very like I was very anxious, like to get off the stage, on and off quickly. So that's why you compete, though, is to get experience on the stage and do better next time. So now that I know that, I am going to really focus on slowing it down my next show. So that's all. That's like anything. The more you do something, the better you get at it. So that was my third show of the season. I know that this is a problem. This is a pain point for me. So I'm really going to work on that for the next show. But the show was really well run, really organized. Because we went on first, I did not have time to pump up, and I did not have time to eat anything before I went on.
Yeah, that's gonna really impact your look.
We got backstage. They had us Masters Fit Model glaze right away, and then we were lined up. That was it. It was like fast, both prejudging and finals. So my food timing was also not ideal on show day, and I also did not pump up. So not ideal. I'm going to have a different situation at my next show. I actually go on like last. Fit Model is last. So that's in a way a good thing because my look will be a bit different. I'll be more fed and I'll have more time to pump up. So that's that. Yeah. So that's my show. I did the thing. Hardest show I've ever done by far. Well, actually, my Olympia Amateur Italy was really hard, but I had no chance of placing at that show because my look was not good. But this, as far as like having a great look and being competitive, this was my most competitive show I've ever done. So yeah,
I saw everyone said that. Everyone post Universe at this show said it was by far the most competitive show that they've ever done, which is
very
crazy.
Hard.
There was a ton of athletes, so hundreds of people went home without medals.
Definitely.
And you got one, so that's huge.
Yeah, I was stoked. So my feedback. So a benefit of going to the show alone is that after you can stand in line for feedback. You don't have like family or friends wanting to like go out to dinner. You can do everything on your own time. So the show actually ended, I think, at 8:30, which, to be honest, for a huge show like that is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like
usually they end at like 10 p.m.
They were really rushing everybody. Like, so it showed because we were done, but everybody was done by 8:30. I was actually done at like 6. So I had to wait around for a while because Fit Model was first. But got my feedback. I got my feedback from Tyler first because I knew that line would be like the longest. So I scooted over to him first. He said I looked great. Just be tighter again. But he said it with a smile. It wasn't like a don't bother anymore. It was like, you just have to be tighter. And I said, okay, should I do Masters Nationals in 2 weeks? He said, if you can be tighter, you should do it. I said, okay. So that's that. And then he said he also wants me to work on my glute fullness, specifically my upper outer glute. But that, as you know, they say that to everybody. So I know I have to work on my glute density. I know that. But everything else, he said, muscularity was on point. And then I went to Becky, which was the second head judge, and she told me about my tan issue. And she told me to just come in a bit tighter. And I asked her, should I do Masters Nationals? And she said, yes. So I'm listening to them. I'm going to do it. And I'm all signed up and everything. I don't know if I told you that. Oh, yeah, I paid for everything. It's all signed up. It's done. Pricey show. Man.
Is this one more pricey than the others?
Well, I got the nicer Gilco package for this one.
Okay. Yeah.
So I spent a bit more money. Universe also cost me a grip because I did the 2 classes. So this is only 1 class, so that's better. It was still $300 though.
So
class.
Crazy. Yeah. Wow.
And the tan was $165. The makeup was $195. My Gilco package was a lot. And then hotel and flight. But this is it. This is the home stretch now. So I'm just going to give it my best shot and see how it goes. And we'll go from there. So yeah, but it was a good show. Really glad I did it. So fun to do my first Universe. Great show. Would definitely do it again.
I will probably do that one next year because the footage was just awesome. The lighting was great. It's just really a well done. I know they rushed you guys. Hopefully they will figure that out before next year, how to you have to like not let it bother you.
I think you have to go on stage. Like, this is my moment. I worked so hard for this. Like, take your time. Don't take forever, but don't like be afraid, like be anxious. I was like anxious. I wasn't nervous. I was just like anxious, like, oh my God, I have to finish right away. I'm not going to let that happen next time. I'm going to walk out there and take a deep breath and go like do my thing. Great show though. Really tons and tons of athletes. So you meet so many people and you make some new friends. And my tanning line, first coat tan, an hour and a half wait. So all the girls like in my like vicinity, a few above me, a few behind me, we all, of course, like became friends by the time that hour and a half tan line was done. They were just totally backed up. I mean, they had probably 10 tanning stations and hundreds of athletes. So it was
Wow.
it was a slow go, but
Yeah. I'm so
it's all
petty.
right.
Probably send a picture of my tan to that tanning company and ask for a refund. I don't know if you would get one, but that's just so crappy that they did
I
that.
hear you and I agree with you, but as you know, this sport is a very, very small world, and I do not want to make enemies.
Yeah.
You see the same faces over and over and over again.
Do you remember the tanning company?
Ice.
I don't think I've ever had them before.
People that ran Girl Power.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't the tanning company. Maybe it was something else. Who knows?
Like, I think the bikini bite, maybe there was a misspray. I think that's what, because it's like right on my left glute. You saw the photo. Like, it's like, poop. It like looks like someone sprayed something on my glute. So
yeah. Oh, well.
Anyway, she said it didn't affect my placing. I mean, it is what it is. Lesson learned. I'm not going to use bikini bite next time. Listen, I've got enough of a dump truck that I don't need the bikini bite.
And like, it never really moves anyways. I mean, I use it because I'm super flat chested on my top, so I'll like glue it to my chest just so I don't have like a nip slip. Yeah. But yeah, I don't really feel like you need it on the bottoms.
Well, for the Fit Model 1, you kind of do, so you don't get a wedgie.
Oh.
Because
they're bigger. Yeah.
But my other two shows, I didn't use bikini bite. I used suit tape. So I think what I'm going to do is just put 2 very, very small pieces of suit tape on the inside and do that. No more bikini bite for me. But yeah, really great show. Looked great. Did really well. Met some really great girls. We've all added each other on Instagram and sent each other sweet messages already. And competing as a masters athlete is cool because everybody's like in this later stage of life, and it's really interesting to like hear everybody's story, Yeah. I think I was the only one in that top 5 without kids. All of the others had kids. Some of them like 2, 3 kids too. So it's like really interesting, like what everybody does. I'll tell you this one thing. There was this one girl, so nice, in my master's group, and she's an MRI tech. And for her cardio, she has like a little like step thing. And when she's doing her MRI reports, not with the patients, but like looking at everything and typing up her report, she steps on the little thing at work.
I love it.
And everybody, like all of her colleagues, like know that she's a bodybuilder and like know that that's like she's just like doing her thing. It's just like really interesting to hear like what people do to like.
I love it. It's so inspiring.
And it is.
Like, we're the same way. Like we make it work. We get it done. Like I know every time I post like my steps, like people are like 18,000 steps. Oh my God, how do you do that? And I'm like, I just make it happen. You just have to make it happen. So it is fun.
Yeah.
And inspiring to hear other people who have different jobs and different lifestyles and just how they make it work. Everybody's got to get there.
Yeah, so cool. But anyway, I know we have to wrap it up. So thanks again for another great episode. Thank you for everybody that's been listening and commenting and asking us questions. We really appreciate it. My prep is coming to an end. Brooke's season's just about to start. Keep any suggestions you have rolling in, because we have a list going, and we will get to all of these topics as time goes on. So let us know if there's anything in particular you want to hear. And we appreciate you guys so much. And thanks for tuning in.
All right. See you guys next time.
Bye. Have a great night.
Bye.